Let's do it.
8, 9,
Hi
10.
everybody. Welcome to Quill Sword. We've resolved our technical difficulties. So hey. Right out the gate, shout out to Syrinscape. We love them. They do awesome things. It's pretty cool. This is a D&D show where a bunch of us writer friends get together and play some D&D, so we're super excited for that. We tell some good stories. Also, I got this in the mail. This is Nathaniel's book. Look at it. Isn't it pretty? Look at that. Oh my gosh. So, yes, Nathaniel, do you want to tell us about your book?
Sure. I'm sure anyone watching has heard me pitch this already, but we'll go for it anyways. So Dreams of Fire is a high fantasy story set in a world that features electropunk style technology for humans, but there is constant tension between the world of humans and the magical world of the Fae. And caught in the middle of all this is our main character, Ferris, who is what's known as an elemental. Humans who are able to channel elemental forces. In his case, he's a fire elemental, which makes him dangerous to himself, to others, and feared. He is on the run in the hope of being able to secure his own freedom and his ability to choose his own path in life. There's your pitch.
Hey, it's a good pitch. We love a good pitch. So, yes, so we have also another announcement, which is we are about 5 subscribers away on YouTube from breaking our first 100, which is really cool and exciting. That's like roughly 10 subscribers an episode, which is really cool. So yeah, just throwing that out there. Per our standard, we'll roll a little D20 or D4, not D20, D4, the triangle one, this one. And whoever it lands on, introduce yourself, your character, and tell us something about last session, and then throw it to somebody else. Oh, it's Robin, number 2.
Hi, I'm Robin Miller. I write, everybody here writes. That was not bear saying. I was not at all prepared to do this, and I really should have been. I am running on not enough sleep. But I will be playing Masquerade, who is a Way of Mercy monk with a level dip in wizard and, basically bodyguard vibes. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it to SENITA.
Of course. I am SENITA Mahoney. My author name is Zenita D. I play Anu, who is... I'm a wood elf now, right?
Mm-hmm. A moon elf, yeah.
Oh, moon elf.
Yep.
Okay. I am a moon elf.
Mechanically the same thing.
Okay. Who is a rogue and just enjoys causing chaos with her band of misfits friends. And last session, we got to enjoy a little bit of a kind of background into... Wow, hang on. My words just got all jumbled. We got to enjoy a little bit of a news background, even if it's not fully aware to everyone. I'm going to pass it off to Nathaniel.
So, my name is Nathaniel Wayne. I play Wisp, who is a fawn bard, and who is in very bad moods lately. So we are coming off the back of 2 sessions ago having Wisp be designated as a sort of chosen one, which they're royally pissed about, not happy at all, and they the group collectively is intending to go back to the castle to try and help Giselle, a young girl who Wisp had a vision was in trouble. But then things got a little bit muddled when sort of picked up a very strong sense of magic and not knowing if that was maybe what we should be going towards. We went that way to investigate. Masquerade summoned it was an owl. Did the owl get named? I can't remember now.
Stardust.
Thank you. And Stardust was sent to try and investigate this sense of where the magic was from and vanished, prompting Masquerade and Nim to immediately go and follow it, while Wisp and Anu took a way that was marked as safe to see if maybe that would take us to the same place without landing in whatever trouble we assumed the other two were in. and I'll hand it over to Marissa.
So I'm Marissa. I am Nimini Batch. Nimini is a changeling orator, which if that's not a class you've heard of before, it's because our fine DM has created it. And Nim is presents generally as human, female, but really just is kind of there to help others who need to find a place to be safe. So she is real stressed out currently about just the state of magic and everything that they've witnessed. She got to ride on a boat not too long ago, and that was also very stressful. But they got off the boat, and then as Nathaniel explained, there was all this kind of a magical kind of portal situation and some elves. And if I'm being 110% honest here, I think Nimini feels very much out of her element currently. And she did have a bit of a confrontation with an elf who felt that her inability to use magic was very sad, but to Nim, that's not important at all. And it's more about just, you know, doing what you can with the time that you have.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, Nim is kind of our resident cinnamon roll. FYI. My name is Stephen Partridge. I'm the Game Master, and we are going to jump right in tonight as we begin our episode of Quill Sword. And we're back. So, I'm going to pull up our Syrinscape here so we can get everything started.
Oh, that's right. That's a thing.
Yes.
I'm not even going to bother to download it on this laptop. I want to smash it with the hammer.
Absolutely reasonable.
So, that being said, we begin with Anu. Anu, you are standing in this huge domed room, and you see that there are runes carved on the floors. Overhead, you see what looks like a night sky carved into it, and you see a particular constellation begin to illuminate as the rest of the lights dim in this chamber. There is no firelight as such. It's just these blue nodes of mana that sort of jut up in the corners. And this constellation is that of a chameleon. So, what is the new thinking right now or feeling?
A sense of familiarity. Familiarity. I know words.
So she's feeling a sense of familiarity.
Yes.
And behind you, you just hear this very low.
That's a feeling for the ages. I check around, see if anyone else is in this room with me.
Okay, you turn around and find yourself staring at a very well-muscled chest, a woman's chest that has this silk wrap clothing, and there's this tan yellow fur covering her. And as you look up, you meet these vivid red eyes of an Aslari, which is a humanoid lion.
Oh my.
The stars teach us a great many things. I'm curious. Why are you connected to this one?
I'm gonna go on a long shot and say probably one of my many past lives.
You know, the Aslari and our beliefs are not so different from those that are held by your people. That is why I live among them. I find a certain kinship with them. But I, at least, would believe, based on my religion, that your many lives are all tied to this single constellation. And that star right there. And she points at the eye of the chameleon. I wonder why.
Listen, as long as I'm not also a chosen one, I think I could roll with whatever the reason is.
All people are chosen after some fashion.
Oh, now that's just a cop-out.
All people have their lives mapped out in the stars. At least, that is what my religion would say. I'm curious, are you spiritual?
I'm not spiritual.
How interesting. Oh, it is starting to storm where I'm at, FYI, everybody. So if I suddenly cut out, it's probably because I lost power. So, just be aware. Or if you hear banging, that's probably the thunder.
That was us last night.
Yeah. So, this Aslari woman sort of comes to stand beside you. So, tell me something. Why are you here? Right now?
In this room?
Yes, in this room, in this moment. In this body.
Well, as far as this room goes, I felt I was called over here.
Perhaps you were.
Well, that's what I'm here to find out. And I feel safe here, so I can let my guard down. For that matter.
Fair. And she just sort of like looks deep into your eyes. I sense an outsideness within you. Tell me about that.
Are you talking about the clothes? The other lady said something similar.
No. It goes deeper. Deeper than clothing, deeper than skin, deeper than the bones that hold your body up.
Are you saying that perhaps I'm not just an elf? And that there's more to me than meets the eye?
I do not know. I mean, after a fashion, well, your people might consider it heresy. The separation of the races, the peoples, is an illusion just as much as death itself.
Well, that's what I'm here to find out then.
I see. Come with me. And she starts to walk toward what you see is a basin of water, and there's just like a fountain flowing into it from the wall. And it's just trickling very softly. But it's reverberating through the chamber, giving it this sort of like almost peaceful, lilting rhythm. And inside you can see your reflection.
This is very fascinating.
Do you...
I'm
No, go ahead, please.
gonna say, do you want me to touch it?
Do what you feel is right.
And just lightly dip a finger as if I'm booping the nose of my reflection.
Okay. So, as you boop the nose of your reflection, you see these ripples cast out in waves, and you realize that the ripples are sort of surrounding you. And you familiarize yourself with your surroundings and realize you are in this place. But your hand, your skin is pink with purple tattoos, long nails, and you find yourself looking at a different face. The face of a warrior, a woman. She's wearing very ornate armor, and this location looks much less dilapidated.
Oh, wow.
Wow, what? You hear from behind you.
Oh, I take it that's not the lion.
It's not. You turn around to see a much younger version of the man that you met in the other room.
I know you.
Of course you know me. I'm Eliath.
Yes, I meant... Never mind.
She's chosen me.
Who's chosen you?
Elunid. I'm sorry, but I'm to remain here for the time being.
As opposed to going with me out there?
Of course.
And how do you feel about that?
I don't know how to feel. On the one hand, I feel very accomplished. On the other hand, it pangs me to have to stay behind while my wife fights for our people.
Okay, that's what's happening. Yes.
You see that his once white hair is actually this sort of like crimson, borderline pink color, and he takes it and cuts a bit of it off and then ties it in on itself and hands it to you. To remember me.
And I hope I always will.
I hope so too. And just as he leans in towards you, you find yourself standing next to the Aslari woman once again.
Oh!
What did you see?
Former me.
Former you. How interesting. And what did you learn about yourself?
I'm royalty. I always knew I was.
I see. Even the royalty and bloodlines are an illusion, you know.
Stop that. Let me have this.
You haven't had much, have you, in your life? Not this one.
No.
At any rate.
But
yes?
I said, but I'm bound to make something mine.
Are you? Then I wish you luck in that endeavor. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should be tending this chamber. And she just sort of walks out, her tail swishing behind her. Meanwhile, Masquerade and Nim and Wisp, you all find yourselves in that chamber with Elias. So, why have you come exactly?
Wrong turn at Albuquerque?
Well, there was a magical signal, and we were following that to make sure that it wasn't something else.
I see. Perhaps it was our goddess.
That is the prevailing hypothesis.
I see. Well, be that as it may, I'm sorry to say that whatever you were pursuing, if you didn't find it here and you don't find it here, you probably won't find it.
Here, of course.
Well, yes. Or at all.
I don't think you understand how good we are at looking for things, sir.
Yeah, we're kind of talking about a missing child. That's not really the sort of thing you flippantly say we're not going to find.
Oh. I'm so sorry. And you see these sort of vaguely glowing tears start falling from his eyes when he hears about the missing child.
Easy. We'll find her.
We can hold a funeral if you like.
Absolutely the heck not.
Not necessary.
That's premature.
What?
Why are you so convinced that if we're not going to find what we're looking for here, that we never will?
You would have to leave with us.
I'm sorry, come again?
You would have to leave with us in order to leave this place. And the only one of you who we would allow to leave with us would be, well, your friend.
So, not speaking for the two other in the room right now, but just for a moment, because I walked down a clearly marked safe path, I'm now stuck here.
Well, it's not my choice. It's the choice of this place.
Okay, how do we change its mind?
You must leave with us.
Right, you keep saying that, but that's not actually giving me any more information, so you can see how that's a bit of a problem.
Our laws prevent those who are not of the Elvan to be one of us, to come with us, to leave with us, to know whist we go.
Okay, but what? Okay, if you don't want us to take us with you wherever the heck you go, that's like your thing, your elvish, cool, love it, it's fine. Not looking to say. Why can't we just go back the way we came?
It's never been done.
Just because it's never been done doesn't mean it can't be done.
If you can find a way, then you would be true pathfinders indeed.
Right, challenge accepted.
But I suppose I should leave you to the city. After all, you'll want to get acquainted with your new home.
I mean, it's a nice place to visit, but I don't, I did not disrespect your home. It's great. It just, we're not in the market for real estate at the moment. So, yeah, I just, and then Nim just kind of looks around, look over there. And then she starts kind of searching for like a way to get out.
I don't think he's trying to stop us from looking.
Nope, he's not.
Yeah, alright. I'm not even gonna like hide it then. I'm just gonna like kinda call Stardust over and like inform the owl that we have searching to do and research that needs doing. And then I'm like, do you have a library by chance?
We do.
Would you mind?
Oh, of course. Simply exit this hall, go down to the left, and it will dead end into a T. You then take a right.
Thank you. And I'm gonna head off that way.
Alright, and so you would remember, Wisp, that it was previously vined closed.
Well, so they're either going to turn right back around because they're blocked off, or they're going to get through. So I'll know either way. Is there any chance I could speak to your manager?
My manager is the goddess. You are more than welcome to speak with her, though none have spoken with her and survived.
Okay, so maybe we won't take this higher right now, but just keeping options in the back pocket.
I see. Well, feel free to come back if you need anything. I'm happy to tell you what plants are edible and where to find the best hunting and whatnot, as when we leave, you'll be left to your own devices for, well, probably a few months at least.
I'm just gonna walk away at a steady pace, and I'm just mumbling to myself at this point.
Okay.
I will not set fire to the heads of strangers. I will not set fire to the heads of strangers.
Nim and Masque, you walk down, and when you see at first the path is closed off by this wall of vines, it starts to open for you as you approach.
I thank them.
And Anu, you can see them. Their backs are to you at the moment as you exit that starry chamber.
Who do I see? Do I see everyone or just...
You see Masque and Nim with Wisp coming up from the other side, muttering and looking probably more than a little annoyed.
You know, you shouldn't worry too much, Wisp. You have to be able to get out of here. You're the chosen one.
You are not helping.
Very seldom do.
Okay.
Oh no, SENITA froze.
Ah!
Oh no, I just caught that. Hopefully she unfreezes soon. SENITA, are you there? Hey.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. So, are you all going to the library, or are we splitting off?
I've got nowhere else to go, and I am, for lack of anything else to do, I will go to the library with them.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Okay. So, all of you make your way to the library. The directions are fairly direct. And sorry, I could not think of another way to say that. You see that the pathway is lined with these statues of elves holding weapons, holding books. Every elven statue is holding something. And the way is pretty evenly carpeted with moss. As you go along this path, the vines do not cover any important parts of the statues, but otherwise are quite thick on the walls. and it smells very fresh in here. You enter the library, and while most who've grown up near human society would expect to smell the must of old books and ancient leather, you instead smell freshness. You feel a breeze, and you see that in the highest parts of this columned, domed ceiling, there are natural windows without glass, just letting the light pour in from the outside. Open clearly to the night sky.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna pick an aesthetic, you might as well go with it all the way.
Seems like a dangerous way to store books. What if there's a rainstorm?
Somehow I doubt it rains here.
That makes sense, while simultaneously not making any kind of sense.
I'm gonna start looking at these books fully expecting that they're written in Elven and then I'm not going to be able to read them.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Actually good at that. Do we get inspiration at the beginning of sessions in this
Every
game?
time.
Okay, good. I'm gonna have to use it.
Okay.
18.
18. All right. So you do find a little corner where there are books written in other languages, and there are a few written in common.
Okay. So I'm gonna start pulling those books and checking them to see if anything is about this place and how the walls work, or things that are about the religion here. Because Eliath, I understand that he was doing his best, but he's not very good at giving detailed accounts of what's going on. He bakes that up a lot. So I'm gonna clarify this for myself, because unless I understand what's happening, I'm not gonna be able to find a solution to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone else want to help with this endeavor?
I do. I want to start looking at books because Nim speaks Elvish.
Oh, okay.
So I want to pick up what appear to be the most relevant about this particular place.
Okay.
Oh, can I put some papers out? Is there a table that I can put things down on that we can start making notes on and just start collecting a joint account?
Yes. Absolutely. Okay. You notice the table is actually carved out of the same marble as the rest of this place. It's almost like whoever made this place made it all at once, or else with magic.
So, Steven, I can't read Elvish, so that's not going to be particularly helpful. But I do have a proficiency in history, and given the current state of this place and how overgrown and ancient it feels, is there any chance that anything we've seen so far would ring any bells?
Go ahead and make a check for me.
8.
You do have inspiration if you want to use it.
Yeah, let's do that. 13.
Okay. So, you would recognize that this place is a ruin of the Elvish people. It, you would recall the name as Tethys.
Tethys.
Yes, okay. Tethys. This place is said to have been one of their sacred sites. You would know from your history roll that, generally speaking, every Elvish ruin is associated with one of their pantheon. Mm-hmm. And this one would be associated with their goddess of the moon, plants, and life itself, Elunid.
Well, that explains the aesthetic.
You would also know that currently Elunid is a goddess, though she is presented as a god at times as well. All of the Elven pantheon are.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Nim, make a check, an investigation, or history roll, your choice, with advantage. And Masquerade, you can also make one of those checks, just standard. Anu, if you would like to help with any of this, you are welcome to do so.
What was the check again?
Either history or investigation.
Okay.
18.
18. Okay.
21.
21. Ooh, y'all are getting some good rolls. Let's see what Anu gets.
Oh, I didn't realize I followed into the library. I was gonna go look for Elias.
Oh, well, you can go look for Elias, then you don't have to be in the library. That's totally cool. We can do that next. So, Nim, you find that you find all of the information that Wisp did rather easily. You also know that most elven cities, if this text is to be understood correctly, are sort of like these spiritual gateways that can lead into the wild somewhere. Where this is depends on the city, and it is only assisted by the fact that every elven city is built on a node of mana. Which would make sense considering that you see these shards of glowing blue crystal just jutting up at different places from the ground. And it sort of helps to illuminate this place so that it doesn't even necessarily need torches or braziers or anything like that. Masquerade, you rolled even better. And so for you, you managed to find that all of the information that Wisp found, the information that Nim has, and you also find that you can discover what Elias is talking about. Apparently, each elven city, ever since they were destroyed, the magic became unstable, so that they flicker between the wild and the material world. There are pathways that tend to be safer than others, but those are usually only safer at key times associated with the god or goddess. And seeing as tonight is a full moon, that would explain why the path was safe to enter. So what Elias meant was that his people must hold some secret to getting out when it's not the full moon. And they are apparently not willing to share with non-elves.
Okay. So hypothesize. Because the moon should still be full. We haven't been here that long that it would have phased out by now. Mm-hmm. Either we're gonna have to get out very quickly, or possibly if we could figure out what caused the mana here to shift like it did, we might be able to knock it back into sync with the material plane, but that seems like that would be kind of a pain in the butt unless it's like got some kind of physical representation. I mean, like, we would need a lot more time to like actually look at what we're looking at here, but theoretically that should be possible if it was physical damage that caused it to fall out of sync in the first place. And I'm like just saying all this while I'm flipping through pages.
Okay. So, as you are flipping through those pages, Anu, you can make your way back to the chamber where Elias is. And he's sitting there. Also, just to note, it occurred to me to mention it, you remember that in your vision of the past, Elias was able to see, or at least it seemed he was.
Okay. Now, I do have a bag full of family heirlooms. So, I sit in front of him and I dig through it.
Mm-hmm.
I pull out a lock of crimson hair.
Okay.
Feel like this is yours.
What are you doing with that? And you see that he's feeling these vines that are just resting on the table, and these vines extend and wrap around what's in your hand. And he responds to it when the vines feel it.
Oh, it's just a bag of things that, gets passed along to everyone in my family from previous lives.
Wait. You can't be. You're one of the Eludari? The Rememberers?
Of course.
Where is your chamber?
The one with the chameleon?
No, the one where you reincarnated.
I don't remember. Or you mean where I just reincarnated? I was with the lion.
No, where you went to turn into yourself, I suppose.
I don't know, I was walking and I found a chamber and there was a lion in it and a bowl with water.
You met Jakira.
Yes.
So, is this yours, then? This lock of hair was given to you in a past life.
Yes. That is what I saw.
And you see he starts crying, and he just sort of holds his head in his hand. I wish this were not so hard. I mean, I have so many questions, but you couldn't answer them. You are a different person. And I have to accept that. But you kept it. After all this time, that's what you chose to keep. From that lifetime. Not your sword, not your armor. You kept that.
I could always get new swords and armor, but as you can see in this lifetime, I'm rocking the crossbows, so I need something more important than that.
You thought it was more important. I wish life had not taken the path it did for us. I almost called you my love. Forgive me. It was rude.
Oh, there's nothing to forgive. I may be new to you right now, but part of me is still the person you once knew.
I see. Well, that is the case for all of our people. But God's above and below. She said it would be hard, but she didn't say it would be this hard.
Imagine being stuck in one form would be hard.
You don't know how much I missed your past self. Not a day goes by I don't think of her.
This is what you were chosen for? To be the guardian here?
Yes.
You do a great job at that.
Duty, jobs. When we're young, they seem so important, and yet, now that I find myself old and staring at the face of my once wife, now a little girl, I can't. Forgive me. You have to understand. The age is a fickle thing. A 50-year-old human woman would be a little girl to me. But I just didn't know. We never know. Why is it that we make the most important decisions in our lives when we just don't understand? Forgive me for choosing her over you. And he looks up to the statue of Elenid. Please forgive me.
It is forgiven.
Thank you.
I just wish I could finish the reincarnation. These dream cycles don't always come in order.
I see. Do you know, did you die protecting our people like you wanted? In glorious battle with the human invaders?
Now that I remember. Yeah, I did.
Then you died the death you wanted. That's all that could be asked. Perhaps in this life we can be friends.
I hope that too. I enjoy making friends, like my other ones who seemed a bit upset earlier. Do you know what that was about?
They want to leave this place to find a little girl.
Yes, Giselle. It's very important that we do.
I see. Apparently she means a great deal to them. They are
It's
your
something
friends.
special. Yes. I like those guys.
You never did take easily to people. I'm glad that you finally found some that you got along with. Though I have to say, the humans surprised me a bit. You used to hate them so.
They're not actually all regular humans, so to say. Although some can be pleasant, I've noticed. They even enjoy some of my sense of humor. You should have seen me at the ball earlier.
The ball?
Yes, there was a masquerade ball.
I see.
Very easy to get into. They have terrible security.
Oh, well, I mean, if humans had good security, I suppose we would never have defeated them. At least, not that time. Though they won the war, didn't they? Numbers and all that. I swear they reproduce like rabbits.
It's not fair.
At any rate, I was going to ask if you wanted to come with us, but I think your heart lies with them.
I'm sure when my journey's done there, I can always come back.
Tell me about this little girl you're trying to find.
Well, she's a bit of a fire starter, if we're being honest.
Oh my.
Powerful little... Yes, impressive. It's a beautiful sight. Dangerous, but beautiful.
She would not do well here. And he just sort of like gestures to the plants in the area.
No, she wouldn't. But we do have someone who is very, very good with her.
Who's that?
Oh, Nim. She just has a knack for calming these wild childs down.
I see.
Oh,
Did you think to show her the mirror?
Nim?
Yes, the one that Jakira had you use. I have eyes and ears everywhere, as you can see. And
Oh.
the vines sort of wiggle a little bit and rustle.
That's sneaky and cheating, but I'm super impressed. You think it would help?
If she has a strong connection to this child, as you claim, it may be able to help.
All right. I'm going to do that. Now, when my journey ends with them, I shall be able to come back. Right?
You are always welcome back among your people, wherever we are.
That's good to know, because this puts top tier real estate. I'm usually just a wanderer. So it'd be great to finally settle down when it comes time.
You speak with such fascinating alien words the humans use. How interesting.
They talk funny, but I love it.
I see. Well, at any rate, I won't keep you from your friends.
We'll meet again, Elias.
I know. I just worry it won't be in this lifetime.
That's cryptic. See you later.
Goodbye, my friend.
I do a curtsy.
The three of you are still in the library and have just finished reading through these books, scouring and finding what you need. Is there anything else you want to do in this library?
I want to just kind of compare notes with Masque and see if they have found information that I haven't.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, I will share everything that I've located. I've specifically been looking for, like, one where most of the damage was when this attack happened that threw this place out of phase to begin with. And, like, information on the goddess and, like, you know, because the way I figure it, we've got a couple of options here as to how to find the way out. And... like, the really audacious one is to, like, go and risk life and limb to talk to her in the first place, like Wisp suggested. It would not be the first time we'd done something really stupid. So, like, just trying to prepare for all fronts here.
Mm-hmm. I want to make sure that if we do attempt to leave, that we're not going to wind up in a place that we can't get back from.
That's very smart, and not something Masque considered at all.
Yeah, well, so Nim is currently just very anxious and stressed out because, you know, once they left the castle, wound up on a boat, and now they're here, and they just need to go find Giselle, but everything is just very confusing at the moment, and so Nim is very, very stressed out and just wants to find the best way to get home without any further adventure, because Nim likes buildings that have roofs, that have zero magic. She just wants to be in a building that is a building for building's sake. She's not interested in any further nonsense, really.
And Stephen, I'm going to say, while they've been going through the books, I've been pacing the perimeter of the library, plucking on my loot.
Wisp,
Okay.
you are going to wear a hole in that marble.
Go ahead and give me a performance check.
Okay.
We secretly find out that the plants like music.
That's an 11.
An 11. Okay.
I'm not focusing on it. I'm not expecting there to be a crowd. This is like a impromptu idle practice session.
Wisp
Okay.
is stimming.
So you catch in your periphery as you pluck a note, twang, just whoo, in your periphery. What looks like some sort of flash of light, color.
I'm gonna turn to look at where I think I saw it.
Okay.
Anything?
Nothing right now.
Gonna try plucking that same note.
You pluck it again, and you see this sigil carved in the wall nearby, just briefly flash with the same color. It's yellow. And then it disappears.
Gonna try plucking a different note. Let's go down. Let's do a slightly lower note.
All right, you do that, and it turns to green.
Can I tell what language the sigil is in, or is it like it? Does it look like it's a word, or just like an insignia?
What languages do you speak?
Common and Sylvan.
Sylvan, you do recognize the language.
Ooh.
It says open.
So I'm gonna start just plucking a tune, partly just for something that sounds pretty, and partly to get a sense of the color coordination, because while I'm here, I'm gonna do the whole experience. If you two want to come over and take a look at this, I may have found something.
I'm gonna like grab all the notes and bring them over and like sit and take notes on what you're doing.
All right. So you get a sense that the different notes in a chromatic scale can make it turn from red all the way through the colors of the rainbow, and then finally silver, black, white.
All right, I know I was knocking the aesthetic before, but this I'm kind of digging this. It looks to me as if it says open. I don't know if it would need my continual playing, because if I stop, it might not be lit anymore. Anybody feel like giving it a nudge?
Sure. And like in true Masque doing stupid things for stupid reasons fashion, I will just go over and touch the thing.
Nim takes a little bit of cover, like kind of backs up a little bit just in case something happens.
Okay. Okay. Masquerade, I would like for you to give me a investigation check.
Oh no! Oh no, that's a 7, not a 1. Okay, so 10.
Okay, so you approach and you're examining it. You touch it. You listen to it. You can hear the vague thrumming, echoing hum that almost mirrors the note that was played. But that's really all you can get from this.
Play it again, Wisp.
So I'm gonna go through the scales to one end and back to the other, and then I'll pick a tune from the road, something that would normally accompany a story of elves.
Okay. Give me a history or performance check, your choice.
Let's go into performance because I have slightly better proficiency on that one. 24.
Okay, 24. So, you manage to recall a specific tune that goes with a sort of elvish poem. So I am going to really quick try to put that in chat. There you go. That is the poem as you remember it, including capitalization in the Zoom chat.
Okay.
I will read it for the audience. The color of the moon in her royal light shines the path for the blood of our people in mourning. It rhymes in elvish.
It's much better than the original Klingon. So, do I get a reaction from having done that?
You do. You find that as you're playing the notes, when you hit each word that has a capital letter, you find that the note that corresponds to what's being played and what happens with the light is that the first it turns blue, then silver, then red, then black. But there's other notes in between that cause it to dim.
Okay.
Well, it's good to have confirmation, like which colors correspond with which, because not every culture considers black to be a mourning color. So that like could have easily been a stumbling point. So just those notes then?
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna play just the notes, you mean, or?
I'm asking Wisp.
Oh.
Those are the ones that are getting the strongest reaction. I'll repeat just those 4 notes in order.
Okay. When you do, it flashes from blue to silver, red, and black. It divides into 4 over the sigil, and it begins to do this sort of spinning motion, and the wall itself breaks away and opens up, revealing a pathway that goes straight and is lit dimly by blue mana crystals. And just as you hear this sound anew, you find yourself in the threshold of the library.
Oh, wow. Hey.
We didn't break it.
I didn't say you did. I have somewhere to show Nim, but it looks like you found a new path?
We found something. Seems promising to me. I mean, like, Steven, when I stop playing, does it look like it's, like, threatening to close back up, or does it look like it's open and staying open?
It starts to close after a few moments if you let it.
Okay. Well, we now know how to get this thing open. So, like, I think we want to try and make good time, but if it's something important, I think, I can get this open again.
Well, the room that I went to showed me a past life, and I've been told that I can show something to Nim as well, given our current quest.
Do you know what I'm going to see?
Not at all, but I'm hopeful that it's helpful.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, let me show you to the room.
All right. So
I'm gonna look over at Wisp and be like, "Are we going with her? Or are we guarding the door?"
I'm not leaving the door. You can do as you will.
I'll sit on the table and wait.
Okay. So, Anu, you take Nim and guide her to this chamber, and you find this domed room. And, Nim, the entire ceiling is covered in carvings of constellations that have lines drawn together to make the shapes. And it mirrors the night sky in this hemisphere. And you see that once again, as Anu enters, one constellation in particular ignites, and the rest of the room sort of dims, leaving only the glowstone mana crystals and the fountain waters illuminated. And the fountain is against the opposite wall, just trickling steadily.
This is a real fancy room. What is this one? And I point to the constellation that's lit up.
Chameleon.
Oh, so like a lizard?
Kind of. It just represents the ability to blend into any surrounding.
Oh.
Come to the mirror. That's what I want to show you.
Okay.
So, Nim, as you approach this mirror, you find that it is completely crystal clear, and you can see yours and Anu's reflections staring back from within.
Well, this is just a real pretty situation. Thank you for showing me. And I just kind of look confused.
No. Look closer. And I step back so I'm out of the mirror.
Okay.
Lean over and look.
Okay. Nim, as you look, what color are your eyes usually?
That's a fantastic question. I think green.
Okay. As you look at your eyes, they are the greenest they've ever been. They mirror almost this vivid emerald green, and it's entrancing. And you find yourself feeling like you're drawn in, and you feel this sort of rush that's cold and hot and tingling and igniting. And you feel like in this moment you could know anything you wanted. What do you think?
This is a sensation. So I'm just gonna... Nim keeps staring, but then starts thinking about how to get out of this place and find Giselle as quickly as possible.
Okay. Roll a religion check for me.
That's gonna... 18?
18. So your sensation is... and you see Giselle screaming as she's being dragged along by these 3 individuals. And she has this collar on her neck that has these silvery runes that are thrumming with light. It's a weird red light. And then it flashes again, and you see the Giselle's face, and you just immediately zoom into her eyes and her irises, and you hear this echoing screech, this burst of blue fire, and you see her reaching out to this brazier with this enormous gold-framed gem hanging over it, and your sensation pulls away. And you hear this banging coming from the chamber where you first teleported in.
Okay. So after I've gotten all that, do I kind of come back out of it?
And once you hear that sensation, you are suddenly back again with Anu standing just off to the side.
Anu, how do we get to where we were when we first got here?
I'm assuming it's the door that Wisp found.
Okay. We need to go because that's where Giselle is. She's been taken. I think she's here. I think.
Nim, the door that you were remembering is the one where you and Masquerade were locked in.
Okay.
So where Eliath was.
Yes. Okay.
Not the door that Wisp just opened up.
Okay. Where is Eliath?
In the other chamber.
Are you afraid of Eliath?
Not at all.
Okay, that's good, because he gives me the creeps, and I think that this is something that he may have done. So, what we need to do, we need to get Masque, and we need to get Wisp, and then we need to go to that room where Eliath was. I wonder if I can talk to that owl. Maybe the owl knows something. You don't speak to the owls, do you? No. Okay. Let's go talk to Wisp and Masque. I have an idea, or at least part of one.
Okay. Let's go.
Wow, my mic was up. Marissa, do you mind if I tweet that?
Yes. Go for it.
But yeah, so you guys make your way hastily back to Wisp and Masquerade.
And I want to tell them like everything that I saw, and just like all the little things, but also mention specifically that I think it's in that room where we were.
See, I don't think me or Anu knows where that is. Do you or Masque know how to get back to it?
Masque, do you know? Does the owl know?
Back to the room that we were in before we came here.
The one where when we first got here, that's where we met Elias for the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that we would leave this room, and since we turned a right to get here, we'd be turning left down to the end of the T, and then back up to the left to the room that we came out of.
No, intruders! Stop them! You
Pardon?
hear Elias' voice ringing through the halls.
Oh,
Is Giselle here?
I think she might be. We might want to look into that.
I take off.
Let's follow Anu. Anu isn't afraid of Elias.
He's gonna ninja run.
Okay, so everybody roll initiative, and because you're faster, Masque, you have advantage.
Monk things.
Yep.
monk things.
Let me see if I do better than a 22 on my second roll. I do not. So 22.
Okay.
I never do well on initiative rolls. I'm very
mine's
excited.
fun. I got a 3.
3.
Yeah.
11.
11.
All right, so I got a 1, but not like a miss because I rolled a 2, but my initiative is -1. So like, let's just give me some freaking credit here.
You got a dirty 1.
Yeah, dirty 1.
I thought you increased your strength and dexterity. Am I wrong?
Oh, I think I did to 0.
Yeah, so you should just be 2.
Perfect. 2.
Yeah. So
Hooray!
okay. So Masquerade, you are the only one. You outpace your comrades very quickly. And you see just the tail end of this really large human man with a kicking child under one arm.
I'm gonna tackle him.
And you see, bear in mind, these people are at the entrance to the temple at this point. So they are still
Okay, so it's gonna take me a minute to get there.
If you can get there, you can get all the way to him, but not be able to attack or do anything if you spend a key point and dash.
I will do that.
Okay, so at this point, we are going to go, and I am trying to get this figured out. We are going to open the, I am sorry, I'm trying to figure out where my track went. Yay, more technical things. I think this is just a me problem, though. We need the music, which is up here. Aha! Here we go. So, everybody, go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Again?
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. You guys did just roll initiative. I don't know what I'm thinking. Don't pay attention
I will definitely
to
roll
me.
again.
Masquerade. I need to roll for them. That's what I need to do. That's why I was thinking that. Oh, you know what? We're not actually doing terribly.
Can that be the tagline for our game?
We're not doing terribly.
I love that, actually.
Yes.
I mean, fair.
I'm
Okay.
tweeting that also.
Masquerade, what are you doing? You're first up in the initiative order. I presume
sweet.
you spent that key points, did you?
I did. I
Okay.
absolutely did. Alright, cool. I am, well, first and foremost going to try and get this child out of this man's grasp. So, can I, like, flurry of blows and try and get, like, up under his arm and then maybe use one of the blows to, like, try and pull her out?
I would rule that because it's technically an attack, you could use your flurry of blows to make different contested grapple checks if you want.
Cool. So I'm gonna hit him twice and then try and grab her, and like the hits are not so much designed to do damage as they are to like disrupt his hold. So I'm aiming for like elbows and like joints and stuff.
Okay. So, just so you know, if you get up in melee with him, there are 2 more individuals.
Yeah, that's okay. They can hit me if they want to. I'm like, no, let it never be said that Masque is a careful fighter.
Okay. So, he got a 23. Natural 20. Can you beat that for the first one?
Oh, for the grapple check?
For the first grapple check.
Okay, I didn't realize I was making multiple grapple checks. I thought I was just okay. Yes,
Yeah,
I understand.
you gotta grapple
okay, so
her away from him.
Right, but my idea was, because Flurry of Blows is 3 hits, my idea was to hit him twice and hopefully make him worse at holding on.
Oh,
and then make a grapple check.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so you want to give him disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay, sure. Go for it. Make a couple attacks to do some damage, and then we'll go from there.
So it's 16 and 19 to hit.
16 and 19 will both hit.
Cool. So do I still roll damage, or is that like just going to give him the disadvantage to hold on? Because I'm totally fine with it if that's it.
So you can still do damage.
Okay. Definitely not going to complain about that. 5 and 5, so 10 total.
10. Okay. Man, so you just pop, and he's looking rough. He takes one to the gut, and then one to the chin. He is hurting. And now he has to roll with disadvantage for this grapple check. So.
All right, cool. And grapple is what, strength or?
Well, that'll be his disadvantage. Yes, it is an athletics check, or you can use acrobatics because you're trying to help and escape.
I will definitely use acrobatics. I'm better at that.
You might want to.
13.
With disadvantage, you got a 15.
Ooh.
So,
okay, that's fine. I will just try it again next round.
Okay. Alright, so next up is their turn. And the first thing you see is this woman wearing a hood. And she turns to you, and these vivid pink irises make direct eye contact with you. And you hear her voice echoing as she says, "Drop." And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Saving throws. 11.
11. Okay, so you immediately find that your agency over your muscles just dissipates and you fall prone. And then she is going to run out of your range 30 feet. And that is her turn. The brute is going to keep up with her. And you see that this elf, he has this grayish blue skin and this dark black hair that falls in ringlets around his face. He wields 2 scimitars, and he takes a defensive stance in the doorway. And it is going to be Wisp, your turn. So you watch as Masquerade drops after you hear this echoing voice of this woman order them to do so.
Okay. How far away am I from her?
You are, well, she just moved 30
from
feet
the
away.
person who cast it.
Yeah, you are still quite a ways off. I presume you were dashing the whole time?
I would have been. Here's the thing. Am I within 60 feet? So
you are exactly within 60 feet.
Great. Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. All right, that's a dex save for her, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. So that is an 11 plus 2. 13?
That meets.
Meets beats.
Urgh!
So she turns around at the last second as she hears you muttering something, and she looks up and sees this fire coming down and does this spin, and just the tip of her cloak catches just a little bit and singes. And are you still moving towards her?
Yes.
Okay. So you can get within 30 feet of her as of right now.
Let's keep 40 feet distance because I want to try and stay outside of how far I think the brute could move in a go.
Gotcha.
So, like, I want to be closer, but not close enough for him to get to me before I can do something else.
Okay. Do you want to move carefully around the elf, taking an extra 10 feet of movement? Or do you want to move through and risk an attack of opportunity?
No, we'll move carefully.
Okay. So that will require you to make an extra 10 feet of movement to avoid his threat range. As you're moving. Next up, we have Anu. So,
Sorry,
Anu.
give me 1 second.
Okay, so it's one human and 2 elves?
No, it's 2 humans and, well, 1 human man, 1 person of indistinguishable race right now, but human size, and then 1 elf.
Okay. And I'm 60 feet away because I was by Wisp.
Yes, and actually, you are also afforded a religion or a perception roll.
Okay. So, like, I'll take the perception roll for
Okay.
perception. Where am I at? Well, you're down here. Perception. Oh shit. I'm sorry. I just forgot I got a +6 over here.
A +6.
It's 11.
11. It's not a hard roll to make. You see a pendant around his neck, and it is of a moon with a knife going through it, which is Elunid's symbol that you've seen around this area.
The elf or the human has
The
it.
elf.
Yeah. I think I want to try to talk to the elf then.
Okay, what are you going to say?
Is there a reason you're siding with humans for a kidnapping?
Make a persuasion or intimidation, your choice.
I'm gonna do persuasion. Yeah. 19.
19. You see his defensive stance sort of stiffen a little bit. And he says, "You have to understand this is the only way."
No, friend. There are others.
Not like her. Not like this one. And you gather that he's talking about Giselle. Not about the situation like you're saying.
Okay.
So that's your action.
All right.
Do you want to do a bonus action, like a cunning action or something?
What are my cunning actions? Oh, duh. I don't know if I want to, because, all right, I'm going to dash a little bit closer just in case I need to be, but wait, no, because I don't think I need to be closer. I have crossbows
Okay.
that have range. Oh, wait, no, they're 30 feet, so I'm going to dash 30 feet.
Okay. And do you have your weapons out at this time?
No, I have my hand on my weapons, though.
Okay. So as long as you don't have your weapons out, you are not making your persuasion with disadvantage.
Okay.
Nim, you're up next. So Nim, what are you doing?
How close am I to everyone?
You are about 60 feet away from the spellcaster and the brute, and about 30 feet away from the elf.
Okay. I want to just try to really trick the spellcaster by deceiving them first.
Okay.
So I'm just going to shout at them, if you do this, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. Do you have any idea what's about to happen to you?
All right. And so you make a deception check, correct?
Yes.
All right.
I got dirty 20.
Woo!
You know what? That absolutely works. So now you have advantage to hit them, correct?
I believe so. Yes?
Yes, I believe that's how it works. So are you going to hit them?
Yes. I want to... can I do some fisticuffs?
Yes, you can. You definitely can.
So do I have to dash toward them and then...
You just use your movement to run up to them, and then you get your 2 attacks.
Okay. So yes. So gain the brawling fighting style and add intelligence to AC. That's fantastic. Okay. So yeah. So I am going to just throw some punches. So 2 attack rolls.
Uh-huh.
And... Sorry, I never play any sort of fighter, so that's a D20.
That's okay. Yes, it's a D20.
Okay. Well, I know there's hit dice and all that. I am always
okay.
I play cinnamon rolls, you guys.
Yes.
Dirty 20.
That absolutely hits. Roll your damage, which is the D8, because you have the brawling fighting style.
He is over here just wrecking shit.
Nim is all about defending the children, let me tell you what.
So 1d8 plus 2, so that's 4.
Okay, so that is 4 damage. Ouch. Okay, to the elf. So he takes 4 damage. How do you hit him exactly?
It is a very comical uppercut in that I dip down super low and then bring it up. And it looks very much like a Mortal Kombat video game, in that it slows down for everybody else, and then this elf kind of gets up off their feet a little bit.
Oh yes, and it is terrifying because the cinnamon roll is attacking. And you get a second attack.
Okay. 13.
13 will not hit. So after you catch him in the jaw and you feel a little bit of a crunch, then he sort of backs off and you see his blood trickling down his mouth. And then when you go in for the other one, he just dodges because now he sees it coming. He did not expect that from you. And we're going back up to the top. It's going to be Masquerade again. So Mallory, what are you doing?
Can I give Masquerade some encouragement? Well, I guess you have to do a check. Never mind.
You don't have to do a check to do encouragement or inspiration. For encouragement, it's a reaction.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
You don't have inspiration. You're not a bard. You just have encouragement. That's reactive. That's the thing about your class, is you're sort of like a bard, but you're reactive in everything.
So after Masquerade does something, I can...
Yes.
Is that... Okay, perfect. Yep. Gotcha.
So Masque, what are you doing?
Okay, so can I just get up?
You can get up with half your movement easily enough to do.
Yes, I am aware that is half my movement. I still have a key point left, so I will take dash as a bonus action to close the distance between myself and the guy that has the girl again.
Burning that key.
Yeah, then I'm
Can I encourage you now?
yeah, encourage me, because I'm going to try to grapple her away from him again.
Okay, so I just shout, Masquerade! Hit it so hard that his ancestors and descendants feel it!
Oh my god.
Okay, so you add Nim's charisma to your check.
Yes, so that is a...
+2, I think?
+5.
+5.
26.
26. So let me see if he can roll this. I don't think he can roll it even on that 20. Nope. So you just immediately go up, and this empowerment by Nim, the protector of children, you immediately feel this rush of energy and confidence, and you just nope the child away from the big brute. You see that Giselle currently has her hands are in tiny little manacles that are probably made for halflings, and she has this weird glowing collar that's clearly enchanted, but is otherwise unharmed besides a couple bruises.
Cool. I'm out of actions, but I'm real mad.
I'm sure you are. And the brute now is going to turn around, and he's going to draw a long sword. and try to hit you with it. 14?
Nope.
Oh, dang it. Okay. Then he's gonna roll. He doesn't get a second attack. Dang it, they aren't high enough leveled. So I think that's all he can do, actually. Yeah, he can't run away from you unless he wants to. You know, he's gonna provoke an attack of opportunity because he's gonna try to get away from this. Because he does not want to fight you and he's hurting enough.
Oh, from me?
So you get an attack of opportunity.
I punch him real good.
Okay, make that
see.
attack roll.
No.
17.
17 will hit him.
And that's going to be 7 bludgeoning.
7 bludgeoning damage. Ouch. So you describe what you do to him when this happens.
Like, he's gonna turn to go, and I'm just gonna, like, clock him real good right in, like, the base of his spine. I'm gonna, like, frog him right in the kidney.
Okay, and when you do that, he coughs and this blood splatters on the ground. He is bloodied.
Kidney punch, kidney punch, kidney punch. Pause and stomach kick.
And the caster's turn to go. So the caster turns around and her hood flies off of her face, and you see that she is human, except she has this streak of what looks like blue dragon scales going down across one of her eyes. And she extends a hand, and you see that it looks almost like a taloned hand, and she mutters something, and her hand begins crackling with this lightning, and she reaches for you and misses. And that is her round, and she is in melee with you now too. And so we go to the elf. The elf is going to Anu, he will approach you if you let him.
Yeah.
His swords just sort of very slowly go down, and he says, "You have to understand, it's the only way to save our goddess. Do you care nothing for your people?"
Of course I do. But what does kidnapping a child have to do with this?
It's not even a child, not really. Do you know what she is?
Fire starter.
So much more than that. And that's all he can say. And that's his round. So, Wisp, you are up next. What are you doing?
What is my current distance from either the spellcaster or the brute?
Well, you were 60 feet away, and they actually haven't moved because Masquerade has kind of got them locked in melee at the moment, so they're still 60 feet away.
Okay. I think giving another shot at Sacred Flame onto the spellcaster with the cool scaly stuff is probably still my best bet.
Okay. So, she has to make a dex save, right?
Yes.
No! Roll your damage.
Okay. Make sure I'm rolling the right die on this. So that is 3 points radiant damage.
3. All right. So you see that now that she's locked in combat with Masque, she's dodging Masque, and at the same time, she dodges right underneath your holy fire, just and ignites her just briefly.
Love it. And as a bonus action, I want to give Masquerade a Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, Masquerade, you have what is it, Nathaniel? A-D?
It is a 1d6 that can be used anytime in the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
To augment any other roll that you've got going on. And I guess I'll just call out to her, "Do it for the children!" Sorry, call out to them. Sorry.
Thank you.
My apologies.
All right.
I didn't even catch it that time, but thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
next up we have Anu. Anu, what are you doing?
Explain this to me. You're kidnapping a child to bring back a goddess.
She holds the moon's fire.
And you couldn't ask her nicely?
We did. She wouldn't come. I did.
No, it's probably because she doesn't know you.
I had to enlist these two.
Oh, the brute and the dragon.
I've been keeping her safe from them.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all the time he has to say anything to you. So that's your action. What do you want for your bonus?
I'm trying to wonder, because I feel like the human is beyond redemption, but I'm kind of I wonder if the spellcaster is also able to be persuaded and to chill it out.
Oh
no. I'm gonna try. So I do a persuasion check.
Okay. What are you trying to say to her?
Like, seriously, you want to stop this before you get hurt.
Make an intimidation check.
Intimidation. Ooh, I got a terrible. Oh, well, I got an 18, so.
18. Okay. So, let me see. You give her pause. So you have her attention at the moment. And she looks to you and looks to the brute, and then she just hesitates briefly. And that is your round. Nim, what are you doing?
So Nim is still real fired up. So it's time for more fisticuffs.
Okay.
Who am I closest to? I know the brute is bloody, but where am I in proximity to all these?
You just hit the elf, and he dodged and whispered something between him and Anu.
Mm-hmm.
In elvish.
Okay. I want to go back and keep hitting this elf.
Okay. So just as he gets done saying something to you, Anu, Nim goes for him again. And Nim, you know what? Because you have a personal connection to this child, I'm going to give you advantage on your attack rolls.
Cool, because I just rolled a natural 20.
Wow!
Oh, God.
All right, so that means you automatically deal the max damage, which is an 8, and then roll your d8 again. And you don't have a modifier to it, I don't think. So it's just add your d8 again to 8.
2.
So 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. So describe how you critically hit this elf.
Okay, so I grab them by like the collar, the lapels of their cloak or whatever they're wearing, and I pull them up close to me, and then I headbutt them right in the nose, and then I just like glare.
Make an intimidation check too.
21.
21. All right. So you feel the nose break, and there's just blood pouring from it at this point. He is bloodied, and he looks visibly horrified of you. And you still have another attack if you want to use your bonus action.
Yes. That one was not so good. 2.
2. So, what do you do?
I want to just kick him in the shins.
Okay, so you go to kick him in the shins, and then you realize he moves his feet out of the way and repositions himself, and then looks to Anu with this sort of incredulous look, and then takes a defensive position back towards Nim. And we are going back to Masquerade.
Okay, so, Giselle, I am holding her in one arm, so she's not within 5 feet of me. She's occupying the same space, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And the people that are within 5 feet of me are bad guys?
Yes.
Okay, I want to cast Sword Burst.
Okay. So,
all other creatures within 5 feet of me make a Dex saving throw,
Dex.
and if they fail it, they take 1d6 force damage.
Okay, so that is a Snevin from the Brute.
That does not pass.
And a natural 20 from the caster.
That does pass.
So, you pull Giselle close, and do you want to describe what these blades look like for you?
Yeah, they look like my daggers, like the ones that are at the ends of my hood tails, and those that do get hit by them take 5 force damage.
Okay, so you guys see the daggers on Masquerade's hat rise up, and then spectrally just... And,
oh, that's really cool, yes.
And the caster just drops immediately to dodge. And she's thankfully short enough to do that. The Brute not so lucky as it slices across him. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Just 5.
5? He is hurting.
5.
He is, like, he has this gash over his chest now that has cut through his padded armor. And it is now their turn. So the human is going to, the Brute is going to disengage. And he runs 30 feet and shouts, "They're not paying me enough for this!" And then we have the spellcaster curses at the other one, calling him a coward, and she is going to go in full ham against Masquerade, and she is going to... Yeah, okay. So she... Oh wait, she doesn't roll for that. What am I thinking? So that's 3 plus 5 plus 3, so, or 4, I lied, so 3 plus 5 is 8 plus 4.
I'm guessing
12.
magic missile.
Yeah, 12 damage as she just sort of backs up slightly. You see these crackling bolts of what almost look like lightning and tase into your chest, just singeing it a little bit.
Alright, yeah, I'm still on my feet. Like, I am instantly bloodied. I go from perfectly fine to, like, there's blood trickling out from underneath the mask, but that's why I dress in red.
And it is the elf next, and he is going to attack Nim.
Can I do a distraction when he attacks?
You absolutely can, and you probably want to.
Yeah, I do.
So, does that impose a penalty, correct?
When a creature makes an attack, can use reaction to make creature make a saving throw. If they fail a saving throw, they are interrupted.
Oh gosh, that is good. Well, you know what? He failed the saving throw, I'm pretty sure, because he got a 5. So he
DC 8 plus charisma plus proficiency bonus. I think so. Yes.
Oh yeah. So what do you do to distract this elf?
I say, you're an ugly butthead, and your mama didn't raise you right.
Oh wait, did we skip Wisp in this? That just occurred to me.
Yeah, you did.
I am sorry. So, I don't know why I was thinking Nim. Don't pay attention to me. And Anu. Man, I'm bad at this, clearly. I even have a list in front of me.
Was it the elf's turn?
Oh, it is the elf's turn. That's why. You interrupted him.
Then I distracted.
That's what it is. You distracted him on his turn. And he did fail, definitely. So he just, as you say that, he stops his sword slash and just like, what? And then he's going to use a bonus action to try to slice at you again for a natural 1. Oh my gosh. So I have to GM impose myself. So... he throws the sword away and now only has 1 sword.
Yes.
And he curses. And he just uses bonus action, so he can't do anything else. So he looks to Anu helplessly. You've got to understand. And that's his turn. Wisp, it is your turn next.
All right, I'm not dashing, but I am going to move my full movement towards the spellcaster and Masquerade.
Okay.
and I'm going to use Healing Word on Masque.
Okay.
And I'm going to use it at second level.
Second level. Okay.
So that will be 8 points of healing.
8 points of healing. Okay. That is really good.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
And then you still have an action. Because that's a bonus action.
Oh. Tis it is. Heck with it, I'll Sacred Flamer again.
Okay. All right.
I mean, like, nothing... I've got other stuff I can do from a distance, but nothing else is going to hit as
Why
hard,
is she rolling like crap? Okay, go. Do your damage.
All right. 1.
1. She's at 4 damage. All right. It is Anu's turn.
Nim, chill out. I got this. Worry about that spellcaster who clearly doesn't know how to listen to advice. She's going to get hurt.
So, Nim, how would you react to that?
I look at Anu, but I trust Anu, and also I feel like this elf is pretty worse for the wear, so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll take this fight over there.
Okay. Okay, so that is Anu's turn, right? You have a bonus action, technically. Do you want to do a bonus action?
Yes.
What are you going to do?
Ask the elf what he planned to do with Giselle.
We plan to save Elenid, of course. To restore the glory of this place. And that's all you can get in the round.
Oh! All right.
And we are back up to Nim. So, Nim, what are you doing?
So Anu has told me to leave the elf alone, so I crack my knuckles and I start walking towards the spellcaster.
Towards the spellcaster. Okay.
Yeah. I'm done fighting this elf. How far away from the spellcaster am I?
You can make it within melee if you want.
Yes.
Okay. You gonna attack her?
Yeah, I think it's time.
Okay.
Once you get the bloodlust, it's fine. You have to keep going.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. 6.
6. That does not hit. Mm-hmm. And I am going to impose a GM intrusion at this point. So you get an inspiration and you can give one to somebody else.
All right. I would like to give one to Masque.
Okay. And the intrusion is that you missed so badly, she can get an opportunity attack on you.
Spoot.
Her hand crackles with electricity, and she got a natural 20. I'm not even lying right there. Nerdarchy N. So that is... You take a total of 11 points of damage as her hand crackles with lightning, and she reaches out and grabs your arm, and you feel this electric hot pain coursing through your body. And she leaves like a smoking singe mark where she grabbed you. And you still have a bonus action.
Okay. I want to... I want to just stand back up or kind of show that I'm still back in the fight somehow and just like put my hands back up like I'm ready to keep going, even though I'm not great at the moment.
Okay. So yeah, you can absolutely do that. Do you want to roll a deception check to make her think you're more ready than you are?
Absolutely. Thank you. 21.
21. She believes that you are ready for the fight. And we go... Did Wisp go? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I'm a little confused right now. Masquerade. I've got a lot I'm keeping track of over here. Alright, Masquerade, you're up. You have a guy about 30 feet away from you who says he's giving up. You have a spellcaster that is still in hot combat with your bludgeoning friend. And you have an elf that seems to be speaking with a new.
Oh, that one's just magic missiled me, and I have that spell too.
Oh! How much damage does she take?
I'm finding out. 10.
10. Okay. So, ouch! She's almost dead. So, describe what happens when this happens.
Like, just the masks appear, and they're, like, sort of wispy, and, like, just one after another, like, right into her torso.
Oh my goodness. And she just, like, boom, and she falls back a little bit from it. And it is the bad guy's turn. The brute
shouting in the background, just, I told you you're going to get hurt.
So the brute is going to run away, use his action to dash. Unless anybody pursues him, he is gone at this point.
Let him go.
And
Run away.
then you have the spellcaster. And she is going to look between Nim and Masquerade. And she goes, shit, 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 shit. And she disengages from both of you and runs 30 feet away. And that leaves the elf. And he looks at Wisp right nearby, Masquerade and Nim, and then to Anu, and he meets your eyes. He throws his sword, his one remaining sword, on the ground. You win.
Sorry, I just got assailed by some kind of beetle. It has been flung across the room. We're good.
Oh my. So, you guys are now, if you let the spellcaster go, then you have an elf who has given up.
I'm still looking around, ready to keep fighting, but I'm also very...
I am debating Sacred Flaming the spellcaster in the back.
Okay.
What?
That bloodlust, though.
Yeah, you know what? She actually ticked me off more than anyone else here. I'm gonna do it.
Okay. 16 on the die is an 18?
Yep, nope. She's clear of it.
All right. So is anyone else taking an action against her? Nope. Okay. She get
Firebolt?
Firebolt? Okay, make an attack roll.
That was the wrong button! No, I definitely missed.
Okay. So she gets away. And you guys now have Giselle, who is sobbing and shivering, and like she has her eyes squinted shut.
I'm gonna start taking these chains off of her. Like, what is wrong with you people?
You need a key or a lockpick.
Hey, Anu.
I broke mine. I gotta find a blacksmith. But
Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! I'll firebolt you in the face!
Giselle, it's just us.
With that necklace.
It's just us, Giselle. We are here. You're safe now. And I'm just kind of...
Huh? Niam?
Yes,
I
ma'am,
will
how are
Pass
you?
her
Ma'am?
over.
And I'm trying to hold on to her,
Fine.
but I gotta sit down to do it.
So if they're dealing with Giselle, I'm moving over to this elf because I don't want us to lose eyes on him.
Okay. So you move over easily enough. Anu is right there as well, unless you move.
Nope.
I would really like to know what you think is worth doing any of this to a child. And I heard some of the stuff you spotted before. I want you to think about your answer really carefully.
He looks at you and says something in Elven. Anu, you understand it to be essentially a curse upon them and their lineage. And then he looks at you, Anu, and says in Elvish. So if anyone speaks Elvish, you can understand it. Do you know how many children are here? In this place?
Not at the moment.
How many children were trapped here for ages until we figured out how to leave?
Probably a lot. But does the end justify the means?
Yes, it does.
I'm stamping my hoof down and say, talk common or I'm lighting your head on fire.
Then do it, Satyr. I've already failed. This place is damned.
Well, then again, he also started speaking common, so he did comply.
Did. So I'm not going to yet. But I'm...
Technically.
You people, you're so righteous. You think your cause is so worthy, and you can't stop and think for a second that maybe if this is what a cause takes to win, that you don't deserve to win.
Did you ever think that a cause might be bigger than a person? Bigger than a group of people?
Bigger than a child's life, who has nothing but the future ahead of them? No.
While this conversation is going on, I would like to search this man for the keys.
Okay. You can search him. You don't even have to make a roll. He doesn't have them. I'm not the one that did this. I just wanted her to come. They didn't even do all that until she tried to set them on fire.
You know, if somebody were trying to drag me somewhere I didn't know, I probably would do the same thing.
What was going to happen to her?
Nothing. She was going to help us, and the place was going to be made anew. No. They hurt Ben!
What
I hear that
was
and I turn around. They hurt Ben?
Ooh. What was going to physically happen to her for you to get what you wanted?
I don't know. I don't think anything.
No, you clearly don't.
No, I mean, I don't think anything was going to happen.
No. You were right the first time.
Well, if you had come the proper way, your face wouldn't be messed up.
I tried to tell them and they ran in buck wild without any sort of plan or anything. Thankfully, the door was open. I have no idea why.
You're an elf?
I told them if we didn't run, then we'd be trapped and fed to Elvish.
Rightly so.
I had to follow them. I couldn't take the safe path. They had her.
Yes, and that's what we're trying to tell you. It was a mistake, and there's always a better way. I want to reach out and crack his nose black in the place.
Make a medicine check.
Oh, I might have messed up. Let me see.
I hope you did.
I want you to make it worse so bad.
This is the time you might use inspiration to roll bad or, like, worse.
I got a 10.
A 10. So you crack it. It's clearly going to show that it was broken, but it is back in place.
It's usable. Well, if they're here, then they aren't getting back out again. So it's really just a matter of tracking them down and finding them and beating the keys out of them. So I'm going to stand up and I'm going to go look for people the way that they ran.
Masquerade. Give me a general investigation check.
17.
When you were searching him, he did have lockpicks on him.
Oh, yeah, I take those and hand them to Anu.
Yes!
Ah.
My babies.
You don't have to give those back to him.
I wasn't planning on it. These are mine now.
That's fine. Suppose I'm surprised you haven't slit my throat at this point or burned my head off.
Don't give me any
Looks at
ideas.
Wisp.
You really are tempting me. I hope you realize that.
You know, I'm just gonna go unlock Giselle.
Okay.
So, what does she actually have to do in order to help you?
She has to reignite the soul fire.
Have you tried saying please?
Yes, that's how she came in the first place. That's how both of them came.
No, to her.
Yes.
Well, wait, what do you mean both of them?
She and this man she was accompanied by.
Oh, I
Benjamin.
see.
They both came, willingly. I was doing the talking, and it was working. But then those two imbeciles had to go and open their mouths, and when he found out we wanted to use her powers for something, he wouldn't have it. And next thing I knew, they had a contingency I didn't really know about. But I had to go along with it.
Had to.
They would have killed me or killed her or both. They don't understand how it works. They're just being paid.
See, you could have paid us. And it would have been no problem.
Being
Well-
paid by whom?
I don't know that. I know that
Oh.
they already had the job when I found them. I was going to pay them.
Well, again, they can't have gotten too far, so we can always track them down and beat the information out of them. That's fine. How's she doing?
She's okay.
Do I need to roll
Um,
lockpicking or?
you can just do this. It's not a hard lock to pick. They weren't planning on her being super skilled at getting out of anything. But you do know that they don't have a key for whatever this collar is. It seems to be suppressing her magic. Wisp.
And honestly, that might not be a
Give
terrible
me-
idea.
Wisp, give me a history check.
10.
10. You don't know what it is. You just can tell that it suppresses her magic. It doesn't seem to do anything else besides maybe discomfort her a little bit. And she thanks you anew and gives you a hug around the neck. You did it! You rescued me!
Just casually pat her head. There, child.
It hurts still. I hit my head.
Sorry. You are wild.
I wish I could burn them. Burn them.
All right, well, and this
Let's
is why we
think
have
cool thoughts.
You know, Giselle, I actually think he does want you to burn something.
He does? Who does?
This guy.
The pretty satyr is a lady, aren't they? I don't know.
No, the one on the floor.
Why did he call you a satyr? I thought you were a fawn.
Well, he's clearly an idiot, so
Nim,
don't
you know
have to-
that's a slur.
yeah. We don't have to think too hard about the things that he's saying, because he's not a nice person, it would seem.
You're right. He's not nice.
That said, he may have been trying to do something that is a good thing to do, even though he was being very, 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 very dumb and not nice about how he was going about it.
And he sort of gives you a more subdued, not spiteful glance.
So, what do you think? Do you want to set a fire?
Well, I think we'd have to get this thing off her neck before she could do that.
Is that not what Anu is doing?
No. We need a special key for the necklace. I got our chains off.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess we need to find those other people first.
Yeah. Hey, Doofus, would they have the key to unlock this?
The mage would, yes.
Okay. Was she bleeding?
Yes, profusely.
Okay, cool. I want to follow the blood trail.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Not investigation. Okay. 18.
18. You follow the blood trail to one of these crumbling houses.
I'm going with them.
Come out wherever you are. It doesn't have to be a fight this time.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Okay. Alright, I want to use the Bardic Inspiration die that I have. That was a D6, yes, or a D8?
It was D6.
So 16 total.
16. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This woman steps out of the shadows, and there is this short, skinny, elven man being held like that by his mouth, with her claws sort of digging into his skin a little bit. She's just holding him in front of her.
You really don't know how to talk to people without having a hostage, do you?
It's not like I was raised to know any better.
Don't care. Keys.
For what?
For the collar.
Make an intimidation check. If you're both trying to do it, you can have advantage.
Yeah. So, like, do we both roll for it then, or is it, or?
Nat 20! Nat 20! Nat
well,
20!
Okay.
No questions.
They don't need my help.
No, I did. I absolutely did.
So,
Okay.
She looks at Masquerade, then kind of glances to Wisp, and then, shit, and sort of throws the man towards you a little bit, and then tosses a key on the ground.
Cool.
We done here now?
We are if you're leaving.
It's not like she can leave.
Yeah, it's not like you can go anywhere without help, so you might want to be chill, and I'm just gonna pick the keys up off the ground.
What?
Yeah, this is like a one-way spider trap. Like, you walk in, and then you can't get back out again.
The eye never said anything about that.
Oh, I'm sure he didn't.
Sorry,
What guy?
Who?
Who hired you for this?
The eye.
The eye?
That's all I know. That's what they're called. I don't even know if it's a him or a her or otherwise.
Okay, well, some individual set this up. Whether that individual is simply a representative of the eye or whatever, you know someone who talked to you and handed you money.
Didn't hand me any money yet. He just handed me this.
You didn't even get paid up front? You need to vet your jobs better.
God, you're all idiots.
The messenger gave me this. When you're part of whatever they are,
Cult?
they don't pay you up front. They pay you by not going after who you love. Alright? Take this and let me leave. Because, forgive me, but people that look like this don't just get a free ride. like the rest of you.
Hey, pardon me.
We're all.
Yeah. I don't think Masque has said that they've gotten them yet, so I'm snatching the keys and walking away before she ticks me off any more than this.
At any rate, goodbye. Hopefully forever.
Yeah, seriously doubt that. You'll probably be seeing us again when you realize there's no way out of this place and we can't actually let you out yet, so we'll see you in a bit and figure this out then. Adjust your attitude before that happens, and then I'll turn and follow Wisp.
Okay. So you guys do have a paper now, whoever wants to have it.
I do.
Okay.
I'll take the paper and... Oh, I told you
I
we
love
were
it,
going to
dude.
get hurt.
So, the paper includes instructions for who to take, how to take them. It basically tells them to try the nice way, and then if it doesn't work, use the contingency. These will help. And it indicates that there is included manacles and a collar to deal with the child, and some sort of poison to deal with the other. And the insignia that is left to sign this thing, any of you can recognize as basically an inked dipped ring that looks very familiar to all of you. And that's where we're going to cut it off. It is 10:14. We are about 15 minutes over. But, yeah. So, thank you everybody for joining us. This is getting to be quite the tangled web we are weaving here. Go check out Nathaniel's book. There's hard copies. It's great. I know SENITA's got stuff in the works. MARISA has books out. You need to check them out. They involve productivity and being able to stay on task, if I'm right. Am I right? Like,
You are.
I'm totally planning on checking those out. Robin has books
a
out.
short story collection too. So.
Oh, you have a short story collection. Gosh, man, I need to keep up with things. Robin does weird fiction. It's great. There is like this urban fantasy, Torchlighters. I've been reading it. I'm digging it. The characters are really well written. Like, it's very good. So check all of it out. It'll be in the description if you're on YouTube. And you can get links in the cards to people's stuff. So until next time, everybody, whether it's on the page or at the table, tell your story your way. Bye.